Back in 2012, the first cases of MERS were reported from Saudi Arabia and the region. In the first months, we received an increasing number of reports of human cases of MERS, but in each case, there was no clear understanding or clear indication of the source of the infections. So we were clearly dealing with a new emerging disease, a new virus we hadn't seen in the past, and we had no clue where it was coming from. So we had to slowly start with the basics and try to figure out and find out where the common source was. Here you have to really bring expertise from everywhere, and most probably not from your own environments, but from external sources when you deal with this type of unknown new events. So in that particular case, we knew we were dealing with a new coronavirus. We knew it was from the same family as SARS, and we knew at the time already that these viruses are typically found in bat population. Whether there was an intermediate or another animal source in the middle between humans and potentially the bat was on the other side unknown. So we started to look at a pattern among these cases. What are they commonly coming in contact with in their environments? Are they all exposed to similar animal species, for example, or do they consume particular raw food products of animal origin? Are they traveling to particular places where one might find some particular animals that could be the source? All these questions and investigations were conducted, and that's where you have to really do thorough interview with your cases and having a very broad set of questions, looking at everything possible and usual and unusual, really being neutral and open to any possible source, and then slowly narrow down your theory and your guess of what this could be done. And slowly through that process, we got to the idea that contact with camels was probably a source, and we then started to relate all the other cases to the same point, and then it helped very quickly to really make the link between the dromedary camels and MERS. When you look at this type of events, you need to have the right expertise on board to do your assessment. Because if you find a particular serovar and serotype of Salmonella, that will already give you some indication of the potential source. Because some serotype of Salmonella are typically linked to poultry or eggs or meat, beef meat or pork meat. So already by knowing the exact type of Salmonella you're dealing with, that will give you some pointers on where your investigation should look at. If it's a Salmonella that is very commonly found on eggs, for example, that should be your primary concern. Secondly, once a food has been identified, have on board experts about that food processing environment. If you work with sprouted seeds, you know that the seeds doesn't have to be very much contaminated, because the increase in contamination will happen during the sprouting period, where the seeds are kept in very moist, hot environments for several days. And you have to have a good understanding of the agent, you have to have a good understanding of the processes involved, and the way the products are consumed, whether they are usually consumed raw, cooked, in season or not.